What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we started up the second temple of the game, and in this episode, we are going to finish up this temple. But first, let's go right into this room because, well, we're going to start by taking on the mini-boss of this temple. So yeah, sort of starting this temple off with a bang, or starting this video off with a bang, rather. But here is our opponent directly in front of us. Isn't he just amazing? Whoa, human! What business does a human have coming here? None! No business! This is a forbidden place! I will protect this treasure from you! Yeah, so I don't know how all the elders, know about us coming into this temple to help out the Patriarch, but someone did not give this guy the memo, and he will not listen to us, so we need to fight him. Now, believe it or not, this is one of the easiest bosses or mini-bosses in the entire game. So all you want to do, stand close to the edge, put on your iron boots, and wait for him to attack. Then just counterattack with your sword until he rolls up into a ball. Then you can just grab him and throw his butt into the lava. Literally, that's all you need to do. So just rinse and repeat 2 or 3 times, and he should be done. Make sure you get close to the edge though, because if you grab him and throw him from the middle of the platform, chances are he will not reach the edge and won't actually fall into the lava, and you'll have to throw him again. But I believe one more time and this guy should be toast. So come on, buddy, get over here. And there we go, counterattack one last time. All right, grab him and into the lava you go. And that's that. Not even joking, that was the mini-boss. I told you it was, really, really easy. The boss of this temple is also very easy. Oh, that hurt a lot. Who knew that humans were capable of such feats of strength? Well, it was all thanks to my iron boots. Maybe you are going to see the Patriarch of our tribe? Actually, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Ah, so that is why you are here. In that case, take the weapon of the hero of the past. But in exchange, you must save the Patriarch of our tribe. Alright, I'll do it. I mean, that was kind of the plan anyway, so whatever. This entire fight was useless, but it doesn't matter because I didn't even take any damage. You lost your armor though, so I kind of feel bad for you. But there we go. Now that that is done, let's just walk past this guy and enter this room because, well, guess what? The item from this temple is right in here, and it's actually one of my favorite weapons in the entirety of the Zelda series. So some of you might already know what that is, but for now, let's open up this chest. And for those of you who don't know, it's actually the hero's bow. I love the bow in any Zelda game. It's always one of my favorite items. So anyways, we can hold up to 30 arrows right now. This sort of does replace our slingshot though. So probably going to be using this more often than not now. Anyways, we can also use the bow to chop down ropes on these drawbridges. And now we can actually leave this room. Now, believe it or not, we're actually almost done with this temple. All we need to do is get the last key shard to finish up the big key and get the compass. Then we can pretty much go straight for the boss room. In this room, there's a ton of BMOs around here, but as you can tell, they're not active. But as soon as you walk up to this guy, yeah, they're all gonna turn on, which is actually good for us because what you want to do now is aim at the 2 BMOs on the right, and to deactivate them, just shoot them in the eye, and that'll pretty much disable them permanently. Now, what you want to do is pull the one in the middle out, and you want to make sure you shoot the one to the left of it too, because if you don't and try to pull this guy, the one on the left will shoot you with his laser and pretty much prevent you from doing that. Anyways though, check it out. In this room, it's the last Goron Elder, so let's talk to him and get our final key shard. Ah, you are here at last! I heard that you might pay a visit, young human. I am far-sighted in all things. Here you go, the last key shard. Combine all 3. Alright, so there we go. We combined all 3 and got ourselves the big key. If you use that key, you can open the room where Darbus, the tribal patriarch, is being held. Who knows how powerful Darbus is in his new grotesque form? But I suppose I should trust your power, considering you came this far. Hurry now, to the Patriarch's room. Alright, I'm on it. As soon as I come over here and... Oh my gosh. As soon as I come over here and open up this chest. I can't believe I just like walked off. But yeah, this guy, he's got the big bucks, man. He's got a purple rupee, which of course is worth 50. Now, you'll notice there is no like upstairs to this room. So for once, we actually do need to exit this room from the same way that we came in. Now, there's actually one other thing that I want to do in this BMO's room. And as you can see, they all sort of are deactivated again. So let's reactivate them real quick. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing that we did to get into the Patriarch's room, except this time on the left side of the room. And behind the middle BMOs is actually a chest which contains something very, very important. So let's find out exactly what that is. Alright, let's open up this bad boy. Inside this chest, well, we have the dungeon compass, although it's kind of completely useless since we have all the major items in the temple already, but it's still cool to have. Now, the last thing that we need to do in this room is shoot this final BMO, deactivate him, and now we can finally just pull him back, and this will allow us to exit this room, and I believe this will actually take us back to, oh wait, no, this is a room that we haven't been to just yet. This one will lead us back to a room that we've been to before, but we do need to do something first. So pay attention to this cutscene because, yeah, there's a switch up there on the ceiling, and we need to figure out how we can activate that. But first, what I like to do in this room is take out my bow and shoot all of these flame slugs off of these pillars on the ceiling. And I'm doing this now because we're actually going to have to go sort of on the platforms that they are above. And if you don't take them out and just sort of like jump on those platforms, they'll all fall down on you at the same time and just be really, really annoying. Anyways, you want to roll into this gate, that way you can knock it down. Let me get rid of these freaking keys real quick because no one likes them. Alright, so now that those guys are gone, and oh yeah, I forgot there's more freaking flame slugs over here. Let me just take these guys out real quick. And that'll do it. Ooh, yay, more arrows. Thank goodness, because I actually used quite a few of them taking out the other slugs. But yeah, the reason why I got rid of them is just so I can completely avoid fighting these dodongos. I can just, you know, jump right past them. And oh man, there's still some more slugs over here. And why do I keep jump attacking these guys? Like, I know it doesn't work, but I don't know. It's just some sort of habit I have where I need to jump attack every single enemy. Anyways, come over here and step on this switch and make sure you put on your iron boots to activate it, and you'll be taken up to the ceiling. Now, what I recommend doing here is staying relatively close to this wall because, as you can see, there is another dodongo up here as well, and you kind of want to make it to this weird little cave thing without it noticing you. That way you can pull out your bow and shoot this switch. Yeah, shooting things upside down is actually kind of weird. Like, get used to it though, because you will have to do it later on as well, but it does kind of confuse me as well. Anyways, check it out. We're actually back in the main hub room of the temple, but first, let's go over to the right because there is a chest, and inside this bad boy we can get ourselves another purple rupee. Fantastic. So we're pretty much above everything else right now, and believe it or not, we actually want to go down a little bit. So let's shoot these ropes again so we can lower the bridge. And well, guess what, there's another switch over here, and of course there's a magnet right above us. So activating this will activate this sort of like, you know, crane and take us back over to this platform that will pretty much lead us into the room where all that water was, you know, way back in the last episode. But there's actually going to be some new enemies in this area now. Kind of weird that they do this, but these guys are actually really annoying. So what I recommend doing is just trying to take them out as soon as you can once you get into this room. One arrow ought to do the trick, and you'll be good to go, really. Now, thankfully, since we do have the hero's bow, we don't need to solve the puzzle in this room. Instead, what we can do is just shoot the switch, and that will activate the door for us. And now, oh wow, these enemies actually respawn. That's kind of weird. I didn't know they did that. Oh well, whatever. We'll just take these guys out real quick. And we don't need to do anything else since we already lowered the bridge, so I'm just gonna run past these Beamos and just ignore them completely, because they're really not gonna harm me in any way. I'm like way too quick for them. But yeah, you wanted to make your way back into this room, and I promise that's all the backtracking that we needed to do. Now this is the same room that when we entered originally, there were all those enemies shooting fire arrows at us and stuff like that, and all we did was really get a small key. But trust me, there is more to this room than meets the eye, and yes, these guys are still going to shoot their fire arrows at us, but thankfully this time around we can do something about it. So go back over to where you found that small key, except this time let's actually take care of this. Ooh, wow. He almost killed me with that laser. I think I was barely out of the way of that. But yeah, just kill the Beamos and then pull it all the way back because, well, check it out. There is a super secret hidden wall behind it. Ooh. And where will this take us? Well, it'll actually take us up, like, sort of to the same level at, where those stupid enemies with the fire arrows are. And oh, by the way, watch out for the exploding barrels too, because if they shoot them, they will explode and do some damage. But of course, we can do the same thing if they have the exploding barrels next to them. Give them a taste of their own medicine, if you will. And once you get over here, just I guess take out the remaining enemies. You don't really have to if you don't want to, but it does make your life a little bit easier since they'll stop, you know, shooting arrows at you. Once they're all gone, activate this switch, and wouldn't you know it, it's going to activate the last crane, and this one is going to bring us all the way into the back. And check it out, there's actually a giant bridge back there held up by a rope, so already you can probably guess what we're going to do. So let's just jump into this thing, and yes, there we go, we actually got it. So now all we have to do, ride this around, and let's just shoot this string down. Bam, there we go. And now we can exit this room with that door, which will actually take us towards the boss room. Like, we're actually really, really close. You can even see where the boss is on the map. Like, it's that weird purple / magenta square. So let's just drop down and enter this next room. And I kind of apologize if I'm explaining things sort of ahead of myself or going too quickly, but like I said in the last temple, I'm sort of like trying to explain things as we go along. And speaking of which, wow, I can't believe I actually killed the pot instead of the enemy. Yeah, real quick, first things first, in this room, normally what I like to do is take out the 2 archers from this area since they can't actually see you or reach you. And then you're pretty much good to go to take out the remaining few enemies in this room. But, yeah, I sort of, like, I'm trying to explain things as I go along in these temples, since if I sort of explain them as I was doing them, or, you know, like right before I went to do them and, like, pause to explain it, it would sort of take a lot longer, and these temples are already kind of long, so I'm sort of, like, explaining them as I'm going along here to speed things up a little. Anyways, we have another bridge, so let's just shoot this down. And, well, guess what? There's a horde of enemies waiting for us on the other side. So now we kind of need to take them out. And I think it's kind of funny that every time you hit one of these enemies, the game, like, freezes just for a little bit. I'm not sure if it does that, like, normally in combat because I don't really notice it. But, yeah, you definitely notice it when there's a giant horde of enemies around you. So there we go, and check it out, right in front of us is the boss door. Now, if you do need to heal up, there are pots over here in this corner, pots over here in this corner, and some around the sides as well. But since we're already at full health, what do you say we go and just take on the boss of this temple? Oh man, I'm really excited. Although, don't get like your hopes too high, guys, because this boss is actually really, really easy. It's kind of a joke. Actually, this entire temple, I think, is honestly easier than the first temple of the game, but whatever. Anyways, check it out. That's the thing that we're going to be fighting, and it seems like it's all, like, chained up right now, so maybe this won't be so bad. Plus, it seems like he's sleeping, so, you know, maybe we don't have to do anything at all. Maybe we'll be fine. Uh-oh, seems like he woke up. And yeah, in case you can't tell from this cutscene, the giant eye crystal on his forehead is his weak spot. And gee, we just got a projectile weapon in this temple, so I wonder what it is that we need to do to defeat this guy. Uh-oh. Well, things just got a little more interesting. Yeah, this guy can literally light himself on fire. At least the room is brighter now. No, no. He's breaking free of his chains, too. Well, this should be fun. This is the Twilight Igniter Fyrus. So starting things out, what I like to do is get behind one of these pillars immediately, because once this guy gets close to it, he will try and knock it down, and that sort of stuns him in place just long enough for you to shoot him in the eye. Once you've done that, run around back of him and grab his chains. Alright, there we go, and stick on your iron boots because the ground is actually magnetic. Now what you want to do is pull back, and that will cause this guy to trip and fall down. Now what you want to do is run over to where his eye crystal is and just slash at it. So do as much damage as you can, and really all you have to do now is rinse and repeat that until he is dead. And actually, if you get far enough away from him, you might be able to shoot him before he even gets to the pillar. So let's try and do that. There we go. First try, no problem. So let's just grab his chain again. Come here, man. Don't move your chain. I'm trying to grab it. All right, there we go. Iron boots and pull back. And that's really all you need to do for this entire boss fight. Like, it's kind of anticlimactic, I know, because, you know, don't put that down. I don't want to grab that again. All right, do a little more damage. And, all right, I think one more sort of series of hits should do it for this guy. So, come on, buddy. Turn around, please. Show me that weak spot. I want to see it. Where is it? All right, there we go. And, oh, dang it, I missed. Try again. There we go. Got it. Fantastic. And give me them chains, boy. Give me them chains. All right, sweet. Let's pull back one last time. And hopefully this is it. If I remember correctly, it's only like 2 cycles, and then you get to do your finisher on him. So let's just get over there as quick as we can, and hopefully I am right. Yes, I am. Sweet. And there we go. Finished this guy off. Told you it was an easy boss. Like, I'm pretty sure we didn't even take a hit at all during that fight, so kind of cool, I guess. This boss has a really long, like, death animation too. It's kind of weird, although I guess it's because, you know, there's technically like a Goron in there too, and it's really the mask that was the boss, not the actual Goron itself, I guess. But we defeated it, and, well, check it out. Looks like we got ourselves another fused shadow. I'm sure Midna's going to be very happy about that. Now it looks kind of cool, actually. It's got like a little mohawk to it. Well done. Thanks, Midna. Now we have 2 fused shadows. You know, you've been very helpful so far, so as a reward, I'll tell you an interesting story. Zant. That's the name of the King of Darkness who cast this pale of shadow over your world. He's very strong. You would be nothing to him in your current state. But Zant will never be my king. I have nothing but scorn for his supposed strength. Not that your Zelda is much better. It still appalls me that this world of light is controlled by that princess. A carefree youth, a life of luxury. How does that teach duty? But I guess I shouldn't begrudge her the circumstances of her life. She didn't choose it after all, and I would never wish harm on her. No, as long as I can get my hands on the fused shadows, I'll be just fine. Well, just one more left. Shall we? Indeed we shall. But before we leave this place, well, check it out. Seems like the Patriarch has returned to normal. So let's just grab our heart container because obviously we want to pick that up. It's like the most important thing. And we can actually come over here and talk to the Patriarch real quick. What am I doing here? My head, it aches. Yeah, so it seems like he doesn't really have any memory. Alright, let's get out of here. Midna, wanna go outside? Are you all done here? Yes, we are. Oh man, that feeling when you complete a temple, it's just one of the best feelings in the world. And check it out, we are back at the spring in Kakariko Village. We've done it, man. Heroic Link. North of here, across the plain and past the Great Stone Bridge, and the lands guarded by the Spirit Lanayru. You shall find one who you seek. And obviously he's talking about Ilya. Link! Ilya. You've got to save Ilya. Those monsters left me with the other kids, but they must have taken her somewhere else. Whenever I thought I couldn't go on, I would think of you and Ilya and hold on, Link. See? I'm fine now. Remember what I told you back in Ordon, Link? When I grow up, I want to be just like you, Link. So you don't have to worry about me anymore. Go help Ilya! Leave the children to me. I will watch over them, I swear it. Do not let their fates trouble you. Go to those who need you. In Hyrule, countless tales are told of the ancient hero, and your deeds bring them all to mind. May the grace of the great goddesses who shaped Hyrule bear you on your way. Alright, well thanks Renato, we appreciate it. And of course, we know where we need to go next. But you know what? We're going to do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.